So now let's have a look at the main idea of absorption costing, how it is done. So we are going to study something that is called absorption costing. Look, we want to calculate the cost per unit. And we know that for this cost for this unit, we had to spend materials, and those materials would cost us $2, and we spent 4 kilos of material. So basically, we spent $8. And then we spent labor, and labor cost us $10 per hour. And let us say that we spent 1.5 hours. And that means that we spent $15. Then we had some expenses. Maybe there's electricity that is variable. It doesn't really matter in this case. So maybe we spent $3. Okay, so it's going to be 3. Okay, so this gives us direct cost, and direct cost is going to be calculated as 26. And this is something that is called marginal cost. Marginal cost means only variable costs. Okay, marginal cost. Now, what we do next, we look at overheads. And what overheads do we have? Well, let's say that we had to pay $10,000 to the supervisor, and supervisor supervised the process, and we made 2,000 units. Well, we planned to make 2,000 units. So what does it mean? It means that we are going to calculate a thing that is called overhead absorption rate, or AR. And this is the abbreviation that you are free to use, because this is common for performance management, for P1 and for other exams. And what is OR? Well, look, usually we know our fixed costs only when the period ends, because then we know how much we have to buy for the factory, for supervisor, and so on. But we need the information about full cost today, because we need to set price, because we need to budget something, to think how much money we need so that we can get enough loan, and so on. So what we are going to have? We are going to have calculated overhead absorption rate. So overhead absorption rate is going to be calculated as total budgeted spend for that overhead, which is 10,000, divided by number of units. And we are going to get $5. So overheads going to be $5, and that gives us full cost of 31. All right, so when we are going to calculate overhead, we are going to sum up all the overheads according to departments or functions that they happened. Like, for example, for production, we can sum supervisor salary and electricity and rent, because these are expenses, overhead, that are borne by production department. And we got that full cost, and that full cost is going to be used, for example, to see the profitability of a unit sold. What else are we going to use that full cost for? We are going to use that full cost to calculate our profit and loss statement. So when calculating profit and loss statement, what we are going to do, we are going to take that full cost and we will multiply that by units sold. So we will calculate P&L as revenue, which is going to be price. And let us say that the price is $40 per unit. And we will multiply that by the actual number of units sold. And let us assume that we sold not 2,000 as we expected, but 2,100. So our price is going to be 84,000, our revenue. Okay, so this is revenue that we have received. Now let's calculate cost of sales. And cost of sales are going to be calculated as full cost, which we calculated to be in 31, multiplied by 2,100. So it's going to give us 65,100. And that is our cost of sales, 65,100, which gives us the margin, the gross profit margin of 18,900. Okay, looks perfect and natural. But hey, what's the problem? Well, the problem is that we actually paid not that much. Why? Well, we indeed paid $26 multiplied by the number of units sold, which is 2,100. So for our direct expenses, which depend on the number of units sold, we paid 54,600. But for supervisor, we paid 10,000 because that's their salary. We agreed on that. So our total cost paid was 64,600,000. So what does it mean? Oh, there is a difference here. And why? Well, that's because we accounted for more fixed cost that we actually paid. That's because we used that overhead absorption rate that we pre-calculated. And how do we correct that? Well, we say, you know what? We absorbed. So absorbed means included in cost of sales, absorbed. More than we actually paid. So we say that we over absorbed 65,100 less the amount that we actually paid, and that is going to give us 500. So 500, and 500 is the amount that is over absorbed. So to arrive at actual profit and loss, we would need to actually subtract that. And that would give us, well, we need to subtract it from cost of sales, yeah, which means we need to add back to profit. So this means that our profit was supposed to be 19,400. Well, gross profit in this case. So overheads over absorbed. And that's very point. It looks so tricky and so confusing. Okay, so where are we going at? What are we aiming at? Well, look, we need to provide management accounts. Management accounts, management accounting information means that it's going to be information for operational use so that managers can set up the prices so that they can make decisions. And to do that, we need to find our cost of a product or service sold. And one way to do that is to calculate full cost, which is also going to account for overheads, overhead spread between the units that are produced. And as we want to look, we want to think what P&L is going to be before the period actually is finished and before we received invoices from our gas company, from our like electricity company, rent, and so on. So these overheads, they can change. So we calculate the profit as we think it's going to be, and then we just correct that by overheads over absorbed. So this means that we included in our cost more than we actually paid, or under absorbed, which would be when we include less than we actually pay. So we would subtract even more. And in this very chapter, we are going to look at absorption costing. So questions that we are going to cover in here are going to be how to calculate overhead absorption rate. We are going to calculate full cost. And actually, there are going to be some difficulties because in this very example, I showed you simple overhead absorption when we had just one overhead that was allocated and that's it. But sometimes we have supporting departments, like let's say we have a canteen where our factory workers eat. So we would need to take that cost and allocate that. We would need to reapportion that to other departments. So we would need to calculate full cost, and we would need to talk about over and under absorption. So absorption. So having said that, I know that right now it seems to be very tricky, and it is. Well, historically, students have big difficulties understanding absorption costing and another type of absorption costing, another class of absorption costing, which is called activity-based costing. So what is important here is that you acknowledge the fact that this is something that you've never worked with before. And it is calculated in a tricky way, but this is solely because you've never done that before. So be alert and let's actually have a look at the theory.